Alright, we are now officially starting the main MSQ for a Realm Reborn. I am currently a level 19 Thaumaturge in Limsa, Lominsa, having just arrived from Ul'dah. Given that this playthrough is just going to literally the first dungeon, Sastasha, whatever, I will also be picking up the Arcanist quest and doing the first quest, but I'm going to be leveling those behind the scenes and whatnot, leveling the jobs behind the scenes at from this point out. And I also will be essentially probably doing cuts between dialogue points. I'll be finding out how well I can use my video editor. Anyway, let's begin. Greetings, sir, and welcome to our fair city. If you permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry. Yes, everything seems to be important. In order. My apologies. We cannot afford to be complacent. Please, step this way.
Enter. So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Uldans place great faith in you. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melvib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom.
Melvib. I'll have to remember that.
Now, what news from Thanalan?
A memorial service to honor the fallen. 7 hells. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Garlean Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was an answer to the imperial threat that the city-states formed the Grand Companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Garlemald was not content to wager all on the simple contest of martial might. He had other plans, the Meteor Project. Legatus Nail von Dardis, Hell's Taken, intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the Lesson Moon, Dalamud, from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to the Cartano Flats and there met the 7th Imperial Legion in battle. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. But though we gave no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. For inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell on Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared a little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louisois still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nation struggled to recover from the devastation, the beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put our differences to rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, waiting to strike. Damn it all. We need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short and none will save us, save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea. And this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Reborn has the right of it. I accept his proposal. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I will see to it that the Flame General receives my reply. You travel to Gridania, yes? Pray give my regards to the elder seats here. Oh, and tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest and one in poor taste. But I would have you tell it all the same. Very well, Anki. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Alright, this piece of news is actually better than I gave it credit for before. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It is here we research and develop the field of Arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence, to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. If you prefer an arcane art built on structured thought and precise reasoning, then your discerning intellect may find a home right here in the Outer Guild. Might you consider enrolling yourself as an initiate? Ah, just as I predicted. Before we proceed any further, however, let us feed your appetite for knowledge with a morsel of guild history. The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomenon in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formula were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allowed a protection to weave ether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as Arcanists, and the school of Arcanima was born. Many such mages, wishing to expand their understanding of the world, took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa, Lominsa, Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite, and soon secured positions in the realms of governance and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Melvib, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So the Admiral's express orders, an official Arcanist Guild was established, and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you fight such cerebral challenges, then you have yet to reaffirm your commitment to joining our guild. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce to our guildmaster that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thubergine. She has shouldered full responsibility of the guild's leadership in the interim. You will find her just over there by the bookshelves. You need to be shy, though her mind is sharp and critical. Her mind is always most welcome. Yes, I am Thubergine. Greetings, and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Miriam has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins. Allow me then to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of ether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly by our ability to manifest the arcane entity a carbuncle, and the manner of magic with this ethereal allied employees at our command. The core of our discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary, even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle. This principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain a question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze the situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through the predicament after predicament? An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. Here, take this grimoire in hand, and we shall next judge your aptitude for our discipline. Oh, that's right. This one because I want to do that first. Okay. There we go. It's been a while since I had to actually set up those. It's a hefty tome, is it not? I promise you, Grimoire's weight becomes a comforting anchor amidst the shifting seas of battle. In fact, you will soon discover. In Lower La Nosea, you will find among others 3 species of pests: wharf rats, little ladybugs, and Aurelia. I ask that you employ your fledgling skills in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate, and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing its preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Hey, I already got that unlocked. Excellent. Oh, there we go. she wearing what I think she's wearing? Yep. Okay. Oh, I could have just used the internet. That was dumb on my part. Got my stuff distracted by the mock station items. Probably regret putting it there, but you know. Of course, the levels 1 through 10, and I think you can levels 1 to the point. Oh. I don't like it. Basically, the hunt logs up to level 20 are all in the starter zones of that particular job. Utility thing there. Apparently the guild doesn't have the buffs up. Let's see. Oh, I'm wearing anything. Okay. I see the creatures beyond the city walls pose no little threat. It is with great pleasure then that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forth you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness and keep the pages of your Grimoire tuning. There's no founder teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And when you feel you can command counter oracles as easily as you might move your own limbs, return for me for further instructions. I will be waiting. I am keeping it. You're eating well. An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must often remind my arcanists to take meals so it's constantly becoming their studies. Speaking of such, have you been practicing your tactics with the Kumbang? I believe it's time to assess your improvement of your skills. As with the previous trial, I would have you defeat foes in Lower Nanosea. 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny mandragoras, to be precise. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponents, formulate an effective strategy, and utilize your arcane ability to start full potential. I expect you back in time for dinner. Wait a minute. There we go. I'll deal with that in a second. Greetings, sir. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gradania. Pleasure to serve you again, sir. Are you ready to board the ship to Gradania? Ah, you must be the envoy from Rilda. Welcome to Gradania, sir. The Elder Seas here awaits your arrival. Greetings, good sir. You're the Uldan envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray make your way to into the city proper. Identify yourself to the conjurer at Nalfica's altar. She will make you to the Lotus Den where the Elder Seat here awaits. Ah, blue mage. Okay. See, if this had been Elder Scrolls Online, I would have half guessed that he had a run-in with a guard. But I think he just blew himself up instead. This particular Ethernet shard just feels so far out of the way. You are the Reborn envoy. Begging your pardon, sir, but I expect to miss if you bear. Verily, this is the seal of the Supreme Commander of the Immortal Flames. Please come with me.
So you are the Ul'dan envoy. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
A remembrance of the service to the fallen of Cardinal. Pray tell me, adventurer, what do you know of our conflict with the Empire? It would seem my counterparts have recounted the tale in some detail. That as well. A message from the Admiral. Wolf has been sniffing around her stables, you say? I see. Well, I shall be pleased to provide her with such counsel as I am able. But first, friend of my friend, I would tell you more of the Garlean threat. The greater part of its history, Garlemald was not even among the most influential nations of Ilsabard, the northern continent. However, its innovations in the field of magitech some 50 years back helped raise it from the depths of obscurity. Emboldened by this technology, it set about subjugating its neighbors, swiftly absorbing each into its ever-expanding territory. And when all of Ilsabard lay within its grasp, it turned its ravenous gaze upon Eorzea. Yet Garlemald's transformation did not come about virtue or magic alone. Its success owed much to the consummate leadership of its first and reigning emperor, Solus Zos Galvus, The man who built an empire within his own lifetime, yet he has lived long, and after more than 40 winters, it is said that he grows frail, and ever more prone to illness. Rumors are to be believed. The matter of succession has destabilized the imperial court. This would explain the empire's relative inactivity in recent years, which has granted us much needed time to rebuild. Yet we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent. Garlemald still maintains a presence in Eorzea, in the form of the 14th Imperial Legion. Commanding this great host is Legatus Gaius van Balsar, a man whose ambitions are well known to us. So long as he breathes the Eorzean air, none of us may sleep easy. The calamity wreaked such devastation upon the realm that it has been all we can do but nurse our wounds. Never mind rebuild our defenses. Simply put, we have not the strength to repel the Empire. Shattered to our woes, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, whose very existence is the bane upon the land. Each nation is beset with its own primal problem. None has the resources to look beyond its own borders. The Admiral desires my counsel regarding a brazen wolf. She needs to tell me the Empire may soon resume its advance. Though the primals pose an undeniable threat to our survival, the threat posed by the Guardians is greater still. Clearly, each nation can no longer afford to think only of it which occurs within its own borders. A storm gathers upon the horizon. If we are to weather it, we must needs stand united once more. Remembrance service may help rekindle the spirit of unity which brought the peoples of Eorzea together when the last the Empire stood under liberty. The Flame General was wise to make his proposal, and I wholeheartedly approve of it. The necessary provisions shall be made in the service here in Gridania. Your work here is done, my friend. I shall send my reply to the Flame General forthwith. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safely home. I wonder when the graphical updates are finally finished, if little details like that, where a character's handing something to another, but we don't see what it is. It's nothing. It's just handing empty air to another character, for example. We'll actually have an item put in its place. That'd be nice, but I doubt that's going to happen. Okay. These. Your meeting with the Elder Cecil went well, my lord envoy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did you not also deliver a message to Admiral Melvin Blowfistwind of Lominsa? While you were there, did you happen to meet Bearder and the proprietor of the Johnny Wench? Gregarious gentleman, always happy to help his fellow man. I'm told he has a task for a capable venture. I don't know what the task entails, but I dare say the Flame General's personal envoy would make a fine candidate. If you're interested in learning more, pray speak to Bearder at his establishment. You know what? We're going to the fast way. Let's go pick up the quests. Welcome to the Johnny Witch. Sit wherever you like, mate. I'll be with you in a... Aye, I'm back, alright. Who's asking? Ah, I heard I just got a job for a Kipple Ventures. Well, you're bloody right. Just so you're fully warned, though, there ain't no job for a faint of art. Things are liable to get downright bleeding airy. If you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word as suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking out in and out of the Sastasha Seagrat, and I trust you swordy store to head up north of the airport and find out who and they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it wasn't so long ago as the Fishback pirates paid us an unwelcome visit. Folks are feeling a bit nervous. If you would permit me, Master Bader, I should be happy to elaborate. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. Do what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Can I make sure my patrons are behaving or just thirsty? Neither, in fact. I was informed that you had requested an adventure to assist in my investigation, and I come to offer what information I could sift from the recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Aelport, the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after the squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Seagrat included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Kurls had taken up a residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. But with the Sahagan testing our defenses daily, I'm loath to assign the task of limited forces at disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct the investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it is settled. Sastasha is located in the western La Nosea. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Vimelpa. She can be found at the ferry docks in the lower decks. You're the man. Good luck to you, lad. We all know how it feels to have someone too many. That's why I'll not fight our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on the person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later, ranting and raving as their drunken heathens have somehow my fault. Take this impressive looking journal right here. As often as use as it seems to be, I've no doubt this foreigner is turning up and down and searching for his prized possession. Stranger he was, a swarthy rogan who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to get along well with our regulars. Quintanan. Perhaps if you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache, I'd offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Bader docked my wages. You're the brave man or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa tonight with a slasher fisherman's bottom on the loose. You've not heard? There's a madman about. Why, you say he brandished his blade so long and sharp they could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but it hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers up the spines of every alehouse in town. And you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps we can assist in the investigation. To start, you might want to look up into that skimmer just stirred outside. seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the wench than in my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. That bloody book. Why didn't she say so sooner? The tight-ass bastard traded 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was aiming for ale boy. Aye, where else? This gotta be soap. This gotta be sop. Nimia will, and she's still stranded at the ferry docks, though gosh, no one won't help me get my gill back. What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher. Red-handed, toss him to the gall, throw her the key. Or got him and feed his lifeless body to the Stark's Valkyrie. Just do something! Woe is me. What have I to do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every last gill of my last husband's hard-earned wage. For growing new shoes, a new purse, sometimes even food for our children. On anticipation of this day. What's so special about this day today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of a well-renowned attestation in Limsa. My honest patience and self-control was to be rewarded with the hair-raising transformation of the wood. I would have every fashion-conscious Lominsa oohing and awing admiration. Instead, I found myself constipated as a lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. No matter what I say, all I receive are accusations and looks of horror. I swear this is not what it seems. Do you doubt me too, my friend? Oh, I think nobody at all. Of course you take her side. For shame is not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation. An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms and 21 cannon salute. Instead, I am branded a criminal. The tools of my trade, nay, the stitches of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from my prison like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I want to last long in my weakest name. No, even as you speak, the world grows around me grows dim. With my dying breath, I speak into your 3 names. 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has so frightened me wrong. Forge Master Hanadza, now Deacon Philmelis, Guildmaster Beaton of Gridania's Carpenter's Guild, and Severn of the Alchemist's Guild in Ulda. If there is 1 ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jandalin sent you. Where my soul is restored and my name rightfully cleared, all Limsa, nay, the entire realm, will sing your praises. For I, Jandalin, am none other than the yes. Jandalin sent you? Let me guess, the barmy fool has lost his tools, pardon me, the appendages of his very soul, again, and is thrashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. Man brings it on himself. Don't doubt the theatrics that went about his work like an earnest craftsman. I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. Oh, I've not a word of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity for indeed having to play audience to his whinging. Anyway, this should shut him up for a while. Tell me if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair into his bloody hands. You have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure await. My journal. Why, I thought I lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Ha ha! Did you just steal a class about the changes perchance? No? Ashamed that. Well, this big book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite an inspiring read if I do say so myself. But I believe I just did. Ha ha! Never the adventure about you, if one still untested. But take heart, even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. We're the only one some way for me to repair you. But of course, if a fresh journal right here, that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day you might regale each other with stories of our deeds. With that, I shall be off for adventure, and a flagon of 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself the wench, do thanks to Ellis and fellow for his generosity. Ha ha! You heard about the Commodore Raynor's investigation? Then you want to board a ferry bound for Airport. Once you arrive in western Lanosea, though, you best pay a visit to the Hall of Novice before you blend into Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you the skills you need to face the dangers and dally waiting for you in Seaground. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Airport. Head inside once one of the seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. This ferry's bound for Airport. Are you riding with us? In need of work, lad. My name's Orwin, and I'm representative of the Adventurers Guild. Notice that? I keep a record of tasks that the locals need doing and dole them out to adventurers they cleared. Now you look here. The last time I reckoned that was tough enough got his face bit off by beating Wharf Rat. You need to prove you can handle these jobs. Take a look at this here task. Is something else seem like something you can do? Alright then, you need to beckon your client and member to help him lead him to his destination. Completed the task, have you? You will need to collect your reward. Ooh. Our useless item. Always what's scared. I reckon you'll be tough enough to take on the rest of the leaves. The airport's an important hub for trade in the region. There's no shortage of tasks to be had. Look forward to seeing you make a difference here, adventurer. Ah, you must be the adventurer whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you're brave enough to the depths of the Sastasha Sea Grot. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what epic tales would have you believe, strolling to such a den of savagery alone would be at the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions. And I shall suggest you'll need the training here at the Hall of Novice Confide. I strongly suggest you study the fundamentals of the group combat before you continue on your mission. Smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him and you can dredge different exercise tailored to your particular field of expertise. When you have mastered all the masters to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of Sastasha Sea Grot, and he will furnish you with all the details of your duty. Please, tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty, and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. Seem you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isle of Solumbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since the puzzle was decided, thinking crew of cutthroats might have made a den nearby. So when we received word that the men of questionable quality has been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see anything for myself, but this lot belongs to the fishback fancying serpent reavers. Well, you can imagine the panic it would cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to provoke around the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping out here, praying you don't spot any blue-faced tattoos. Like I can't just close this out. Okay. Let's see here. So I'm gonna have 2 thaumaturges, a marauder, and a conjurer. Nice. Okay. Well, that's everything for here. I think the next one's going to be just the job support. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to head out to do the Arcanist and get that up to level 20, level 15 at least, because that's what I need for this. And finish up the Thaumaturge at level 20 because that's where I'm at right now.